Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach 𝐓𝐘𝐒. Little known fact, I had tickets to see Jimmy Buffett in concert, at least once, each calendar year for 44 years. I missed two shows. 2 years. One when the concert was canceled due to COVID, and the second is I actually had tickets to the last scheduled show that got canceled before his death. Anyway, there's a great song that he has called "Cowboy in the Jungle," and there's a line in it, something like he was blinded by ambition, trusted his intuition. And it's inspired this video today because I've coached a lot of people that are actually blinded by their ambition. Let me explain this to you. There's a lot of people who have lots of goals and they write the goals down on whiteboards, grease boards. It's been interesting because I've had a lot of psychologists actually refer people to me with regard to this. And quite honestly, it's easy to come up with a goal and to be very, very ambitious. The trick is executing it, which therein lies the problem. In fact, sometimes people come to me and they've got so much ambition that they're actually blinded. They can't see what's actually getting in their way, which I want to explain. ADHD is an executive function impairment. It's really more of a problem-solving impairment, particularly inside your head. So when you write a goal down, that's a goal. But the part of ADHD that's the challenge is trying to figure out what you need to do to execute the goal. So this is a true story that I share often, and it's about a guy who was coaching one day. He said he needed to get his a birthday card for his mother. So that's normally something that would go down on a list of things to do, which would be a goal. But I'm an ADHD coach, and I know Dr. Russell Barkley's model. So I asked the guy, "Okay, where are you going to get a Mother's Day card?" And reflexively, the guy said, "A store." Now I could tell. I know people with ADHD. He didn't really think about that very much. He said, "A store." I said, "Really? What store?" Uh, Now I have to get him to think. Uh, Hallmark store. Great. When you go and buy the Hallmark store? I don't know, because I don't normally go that way. Okay. Well, how far away is the Hallmark store? About 10 minutes. Oh, so it's like a 25-minute round trip on a good day. So when could you do that? Here's my point. It's not the goal of getting a Mother's Day card. It's the really, what store am I going to go to? When am I going to go buy it? Is it inconvenient? When am I going to fit that into my schedule? Well, those little details, that's the stuff that people with ADHD have a hard time with when it's multifaceted and ambiguous. And so there's this notion with people with ADHD, they're bombarded with ideas and they put ideas down, and they get frustrated. And this video really is it takes a lot of effort to bring those ideas to fruition. And often you need a little bit of help doing that. But the point of this is the subtlety is they're coming to me and they're coaching, and sometimes I'm trying to help them talk through what they need to do the goal, but they very quickly change the subject and want to talk about something else that they're not doing, which, by the way, is what I call the great escape. And when I'm asking them questions to think through some stuff, I'm trying to make it easier, but they'll actually change the subject in that moment emotionally and begin to dwell on the goals and the ambitions that they want to do and how all their friends around them are getting these things done. And what they're blind to is I'm trying to actually help them think through what they need to do to get the goals done. And when I say they're blinded to it, literally, I'm there like trying to coach them, but they keep emotionally jumping from topic to topic to topic. And so they're blinded because they're trying so hard to focus on the outcome. They never actually stop to think through the steps to kind of get to the outcome. Now, at the end of the day, as a coach, this is emotional self-regulation that I'm actually coaching. How do I get them to calm their emotions down such that I can get them to think? And sometimes they're so hyped up. It takes a long time to get them to calm down and to get them to do the work and think. So if you're that person out there who's got lots of ambition, and you're struggling, you might be blinded because you've got so much ambition that you're dwelling on the ambition to the expense of doing what you need to do to execute the ambition. So what do you do to execute what you're ambitious about? Well, since ADHD is an executive function impairment, really a problem-solving impairment, is where you need accommodations. I've got a program that I launched called Cognitive Ergonomics from the Inside Out, which is a new field of engineering to help people begin to figure out how to engineer accommodations to fit their brain. But in short, you need to externalize it. You probably should collaborate, do something with other people. But needless to say, I wanted to get on and say a lot of times that focus on the goal blinds you. You're so ambitious that you won't get anything done because you're not doing the things that you need to get done to get there. All right. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you're existing channel member, feedback. What do you think? Do you identify with this? Also, we do what we do in support of you. We certainly appreciate any kind of contribution by hitting the thanks button. With that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.